kitchen. Today we are gonna make something extra yummy. So Halloween is on its way and we gotta get ready for it, right? So we're gonna make monster cookies. I know. You can use whatever kind of decorations you want. I love sprinkles, so I'm gonna sprinkle it like crazy. Plus, who doesn't like M&Ms? I got some M&Ms to throw in there. If you have some other cool things that you want to throw in there, like some candy eyeballs and some other fun Halloween things, send us your pictures and send us your videos. We would love to see them. So let's start off with registering on rockingourdisabilities.com, either through the email, through the website, and other avenues of social media. We also need to wash our hands, but before we do that, let's check out what kind of ingredients that we need today. So we are going to need some flour, 1 egg, some baking soda, a box of vanilla pudding, the instant pudding, just the smaller box, the 3.4 ounces, vanilla, extract vanilla, brown sugar, our butter, and then any toppings you want. I'm gonna use some M&Ms and some sprinkles. I love sprinkles. I think they're so fun. You're gonna need some salt, a bowl to mix everything in. I'm gonna be using my electric mixer, but if you wanna hand mix it, that's totally fine too. We're gonna need some measuring cups and measuring spoons, as well as our baking sheet. If you are using parchment paper, that's great. If you're not using parchment paper, you will need some non-stick spray. So let's go wash our hands and get ready. All right, guys, so now let's start putting all of our ingredients together. Okay, I'm gonna be using my hand mixer. You're welcome to use either whisk or fork. Forks are really good because you can scrape the side. So we're gonna need a 1/2 cup of butter. You can use unsalted butter, that's preferred, but if you just have regular butter that has salt in it, that's okay too. It's just going to be a little more gooey in the middle, which is what I like. I like that gooiness. So on our butter, if you can see, here we go. On our butter, it shows all the the tablespoons, and right here, 1 whole stick is a 1/2 cup. So I'm gonna put the entire stick in there. Now I let it soften. I just let it sit out for about a 1/2 hour. So it's nice and soft. I keep my butter in the fridge because I don't use it as often. Throw it away. All right. Okay, now I'm going to need a 1/3 cup of brown sugar packed. And what that means is you're not just scooping it out, you want to make sure it's pressed into your measuring cup. A lot of times you'll see that for cookies, there we go, 3/4 cup. So I got my 3/4 cup out. Take out my little teddy bear. So this makes your brown sugar stay soft. If not, it gets nice and hard. And I don't want that. See how it's still nice and squishy? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna hold this over. Stay. Let's try that again. So I'm gonna hold those over just in case if I spill a little bit, it'll be okay. Okay. Now it's not filled yet, but what I'm gonna do is I'm taking a butter knife. You can use a spoon, butter knife, whatever you want. I'm just gonna press it in there. Good. Then I'm gonna press them down. But see, that's like, if you just let it fall in there, it's not compacted. You wanna compact it, press it down. Brown sugar likes to be fluffy and it's malleable. so it's movable, malleable. Add a little more. Big old chunk gonna fall. Alright, press that down again. We need like a scoop more. Itty bitty little bit. There we go. Perfect. So once we got that, then we're going to dump it out. Adding it in. I'm going to save my knife for later. Roll this up. I'll put that away later so I can soften it up again. Okay. All right. Now we're going to need a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Make sure you read your measuring spoons really well because teaspoon and tablespoon are quite significantly bigger sizes. So make sure you get the teaspoon. You need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. Then I'm going to need 1 egg. Okay, be careful you don't get the shells in there. Rinse my hand off. All right, now we want to mix this together. Either you take a fork and you mix it around, or you take a whisk and mix it around, or you use the electronic version. So you want to get the butter and the sugar mixed together. Those are all my wet ingredients. Okay, now I'm going to start adding in my dry ingredients. So my dry ingredients are going to be 1 whole box of vanilla pudding. Just get the instant pudding. This adds much more flavor. It smells good. Put that in there. Okay. Now you're going to need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Put my eggs away. I like to clean as I go, so I don't have a big mess to clean up later while they're cooking. I can do the dishes. Okay, so I'm gonna need a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now remember that little like piece down here? That's the part you scrape it off with once you fill up your baking soda. See how I have like a ton? I'm gonna scrape it down so I get a true 1/2 teaspoon. Mix that in there. Now I'm going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I don't have fancy salt, just the table salt. You want to make sure you shake that down too so you get a true measure. Okay. Now we're going to need 1 1/4 cup flour. This is where your handy dandy butter knife comes in. 1 1/4 cup flour. Okay, so I'm gonna get my 1/4 cup and my 1 cup. Level it off. I always use the back of the knife so it's not gouging into the measuring cup. Okay, that's 1 cup. Now we need 1/4 cup. Same thing, I use the back of my knife to level it off so it's nice and perfect. Good. Close that all up nice and tight so we don't get any bugs. Go. All right. Now, this is when you can add in your candies and stuff, but let's mix our mixture first before we add in our candies so we don't break them, our little decorations. Mix it up nice and good. All the ingredients need to be nice and mixed in. Make sure you get the sides. They'll start to make a dough form. Now that it has made what looks like our normal cookie dough, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in about 1/4 of sprinkles, 1/4 cup of sprinkles. Okay. And then I didn't get any cool holiday ones because, well, my store didn't have any, but for my M&Ms, I'm just gonna pick up all of the holiday related colors, so like brown and green and yellow and orange, and of course we have to taste test, right? So good. If you have cool holiday themed ones, those are fancy. They have purple ones in there. Purple is my favorite color. I'm just gonna add some in there. Then I can eat all the leftovers. Try not to spill. Now, once you have what you want to add into your monster cookies, then you want to just lightly mix it all together so you're not breaking up all the fun stuff, all the M&Ms, and you got eyeballs in there. And so once you have all your mix-ins, you want to lightly blend them together so you don't break them. I mean, it'll still taste good if it's a little broken. And you mix it all in. Nice and even. let my let's get my cookie batter off. Ooh. Come on. There we go. Oh, it smells good, you guys. So I'm gonna take off all my cookie dough in my beaters. If you have a whisk, it's gonna get a little hard. Same thing with a fork. So I have this do the manual labor for me. There we are. Now I made hot soapy water for dishes so I can throw these right in there and they'll get to soak a little bit. Put that in there. This looks yummy. All right, now I have my oven preheated to 325. All right, yum. Get out my, tastes so good. Now let's get our cookie sheet ready. Now I'm gonna be using parchment paper. If you're going to be using just a regular pan, you're going to want to spray it with a non-stick spray. All my used utensils went. All right, now I'm going to take out a spoon and I'm going to scoop out about a spoonful of cookie dough. Oh my gosh, this looks so cute. Now, some people ball their cookies up. I'm okay with it looking kind of crazy because it's a monster. So I'm just gonna take that out. Now you want to space them somewhat evenly apart so that they won't touch each other when they cook, because that will happen. Okay. If you have more than one cookie sheet, you can do as many that fits in the oven. I think I can fit about 4 in mine. Mine's not super big though. You want to make sure you have ample amount of space for the cookies to, they'll spread out, they'll grow a little bit. There we go. All right, I'm gonna get my second cookie sheet ready and prepped, and then we'll stick them in the oven. Now that we've got all of our cookie dough laid out, we're gonna stick it in the oven for anywhere, it depends on your oven and your elevation, for 9 to 12 minutes. So again, you wanna check on them. I usually check about 6 minutes in just to be safe. But don't forget to use your oven mitts. All right. All right, so I'll see you guys in a second. Now that you've baked your cookies, you've decorated your cookies, you threw them in the oven, pulled them out, checked on them, nice good color, laid them on the cookie sheet. Now it's time to taste test. Oh, they smell good. Mmm. Mmm. I like when they're still warm in the middle. Really good. Guys, these are so delicious. If you want to still continue to decorate yours, feel free. They're your monster cookies. Enjoy them. Enjoy this season, the weather getting cooler and baking all the yummy stuff. Send us your videos, send us your photos, and I'll see you next time for another cooking class.